In this day and age, a common misconception about Stoics is that they are unbreakable. However, the truth is, they are all just like everyone else watching this video. They aren't anyone special, born with an ability to have the mental strength, courage, and self-respect to prosper. They taught themselves everything to the point where they might seem unbreakable to the average Joe. You can all have the unbreakable mind of a Stoic with just a few good practices. But first, what is Stoicism? Stoicism was founded by Zeno of Citium in Athens in the 3rd century BCE, and its teachings have been embraced by many influential figures throughout history, including Emperor Marcus Aurelius and Seneca. People are drawn to Stoicism because it emphasizes the importance of personal responsibility and self-improvement and encourages the cultivation of virtues such as wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. Stoicism was a manner of seeing, describing, and comprehending the world, not just a technique to label emotionless people. It was a method of life, and it has persisted for many years. The advantages of Stoic philosophy are still relevant today as they were when it was first applied thousands of years ago. At its core, Stoicism is a way of looking at the world and our place in it, and it is an attitude of resilience and acceptance in the face of adversity. Stoics take a practical approach to life and focus on cultivating wisdom and virtue. They strive to be present in the moment and to practice self-discipline. They view adversity as an opportunity to grow and develop, and they use it as a tool to discover what is truly important in life. Why then do so many people choose to live a Stoic lifestyle? These days, people who get fed up with the unhealthy habits of our generation usually tend to resort to Stoicism as their way out of this garbage our minds get filled up with. The truth is, in the modern world, Stoics are disgusted at how many people live their lives. The pursuit of wealth, power, material goods, and fame often take precedence over cultivating inner peace and living in harmony with nature. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus wrote, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This statement illustrates how Stoics would view the modern world, where many people spend their lives in pursuit of things that they don't need and can never be satisfied with. But what really makes Stoicism a way out from the bad habits? Stoic philosopher Epictetus is credited with the idea that life is full of suffering and disappointment. In his Discourses, he wrote that it is impossible that a man should live pleasantly who does not live honestly. This idea is based on the belief that humans have no control over external events and that we can only control our own thoughts and actions. Epictetus further argued that if we focus on our own behavior, we can be free from the pain and suffering that comes with life. To illustrate this idea, the Stoics often use the metaphor of a ship in a storm. The ship may be buffeted by the winds and waves, but the captain is still in control. The captain can choose to remain calm and steady, focusing on what he can control, such as the course of the ship, while trusting the crew to do their jobs. Similarly, Stoics believe that we can remain calm and focused amidst the storms of life, trusting that our virtuous behavior will guide us through. We often miss out on the present moment. We tend to get stuck in the past or worry about the future, but this can cause us to miss out on the joy and beauty of the present. We should strive to be mindful and be aware of what is happening in the moment and recognize that we can only control our own reactions and behaviors. To avoid focusing on things that we cannot control, it is important to acknowledge our limitations and focus on the things that we can control. We can focus on setting goals, developing our skills and talents, and investing in relationships. Taking the time to invest in ourselves and our relationships will help us to create a more meaningful and fulfilling life. In the same manner, Stoicism instructs us to prepare for the possibility of every negative scenario. Imagine the worst-case scenario and be happy that it is a possibility. Sometimes we can't do anything about it, but it may just happen, and we do not want to be left in shock. Be ready. Be confident that you can deal with any situation that comes your way, so that when something does eventually happen, you deal with it with a lot more ease, since you expected it in the first place. Think about tickling and what happens when we try to tickle ourselves. We cannot feel anything due to our senses being aware of what is happening. Your brain monitors the movements and anticipates the sensations it will cause. We expect the feeling, and therefore we hinder the effects it may have. Marcus Aurelius also wrote about this idea. In his Meditations, he wrote that The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. The key to living a happy life is to be conscious of your thoughts and to make sure that they are of high quality. Spend some time each day reflecting on your thoughts and weeding out any that are unhelpful or negative. Fill your mind with positive, empowering thoughts that will help you stay focused and motivated. When looking at a situation from a positive perspective, you may see the potential for opportunity, growth, and success. You may be more likely to look at the situation objectively, without getting bogged down in negative emotions or judgments. This can empower you to develop creative solutions and take action to influence the outcome. In contrast, when looking at a situation from a negative perspective, you may focus on the potential risks and dangers involved. You may be more likely to fall into a cycle of self-doubt and pessimism, leading to inaction and despair. This can be paralyzing. So it's important to recognize when you are feeling overwhelmed or pessimistic and to step back and look at the situation from a different angle. For example, let's say you are asked to give a presentation at work. From a positive perspective, you might see this as an opportunity to showcase your skills and gain recognition from your colleagues. You may focus on the potential benefits of taking on the challenge and how you can use it to further your career. From a negative perspective, you might focus on the fear of failure or being judged. You may be tempted to give up before you even try, worrying that you won't live up to expectations. In this situation, it's important to recognize the power of your own perspective and to strive to look at the situation from a more positive angle. With this approach, you can use the challenge as an opportunity to grow and learn instead of succumbing to fear and anxiety. The Stoic philosophy encourages the cultivation of mental resilience that can be applied to everyday life. This is distinct from the emphasis found in modern culture of achieving external goals and focusing on problems not in our hands. By emphasizing our actions, recognizing our nature, and detaching from external factors, we can make the most of our lives and conquer any challenge ahead. I hope you learned something new from this video. Thank you for watching.